What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there.
Waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't want a complication. Complication.
Hey, everybody!
Today, we're going to talk about a game that made both of our lists of favorite games of 2022. Today, we're going to talk about Flamecraft.
Flamecraft was designed by Manny Vega and published by Cardboard Alchemy.
Let's go to the table for a brief overview of how this game is played.
Flamecraft is a worker placement hand management game for 1 to 5 players, where the players are setting up cute little artisan dragons for success. And this is Flamecraft set up on the table. There's a couple of things I want to point out. The first thing I want to point out is the town mat that comes with the game is really, really nice. And it's really, really long. So I'm not going to be able to get it all into the shot at one time, so I'm going to be moving some stuff around. The second thing I want to point out is this is the deluxe copy of the game. So in the deluxe copy, you got metal coins, but in the retail copy, they're really good cardboard coins. So as part of setup, we would place the town mat out into the middle of the table, and then we would take the 6 starter shops and place them in empty shop spots on the town mat. And then we would take the 6 starter dragons and place them in their matching shop in the first slot along the bottom of those shops. Next, we're going to take the goods tokens and we're going to place them off to the side. We will place the coins over here in the fountain space. And then we would create a deck of 10 shop cards and give them a good shuffle and place them off to the side of the town mat. Next, we would take this deck of artisan dragons, after giving them a good shuffle, place them face down in their matching spot onto the board, and then we will reveal 5 of those dragons out into the park face up. Next, we would take this deck of fancy dragons, give them a good shuffle, and place them in their matching spot face down. Now there are 2 types of enchantment decks in the game. You got your purple and you got your gold. If this is your first game, they recommend using the purple. So after giving this a good shuffle, we will place this in its matching spot on the town mat, and then we will reveal 5 of those enchantment cards face up in these spots here. Each player is going to get a player aid card, a dragon token, and a reputation token that matches their chosen player color. And then we're going to randomly choose a start player, and then all players are going to move their reputation token over to the reputation track out on the town mat. Then each player is going to draw 3 artisan dragons from the top of the deck, and that's going to be their starting hand. And then each player is also going to get 2 of the fancy dragon cards. And they're going to take a look at them, and they're going to keep one and discard the other one to the bottom of that deck. And now we can start the game. In Flamecraft, the object of the game is to have the most reputation at the end of the game. And the end game is triggered when the last card of this artisan dragon deck is revealed, or the last card of this enchantment deck is revealed. So players going to go clockwise, and on a player's turn, they're going to take their little dragon token and they're going to visit any of the revealed shops out on the town mat. So at the beginning of the game, they can go to any shop. But on future turns, they move their dragon token to any other shop other than the one they just left. And then once visiting that shop, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to either gather or they're going to enchant that shop, which is shown on everybody's player aid. When visiting a shop, if another player already has a dragon token there, then this player will have to gift this player one good from their supply, or else they can't visit that shop. And they will have to do that for each other player that has a dragon token there. So this player has decided to visit Critical Roles, and they chose to do the gather action. So there are 4 steps in the gather action. To gather, the first thing they would do is get the goods that are available on the shop and on any dragon there. So this player will get 2 of these bread goods. Then they have the option of placing a dragon there. So when placing a dragon there, you have to make sure the dragon matches those icons. So in order to place a dragon here, I would have to have another one of these dragons, or I would have to have one of these dragons with that matching icon. Now when placing dragons, I can place this dragon either here or here, and I would gain that reward. Placing the dragon here would get me 1 coin. Coins are used as wild in the game. I place the dragon here, and that would get me another one of these fancy dragon cards. And these fancy dragon cards gives the players throughout the game bonuses or in-game bonuses, which I'll get into in a little bit. So let's say they decide to place Cutlet here, and going to get 1 coin. So now, for the rest of the game, whenever players visit this store, not when they gather, they would get 2 bread and also 1 meat. Let's say later on in the game, we got brisket over here. So now, players are gathering there. They get 2 bread and 2 meat. So, brisket's not there yet. So the third step is they may fire one of the dragons there. So fire a dragon. Each of the dragons have a fire ability at the bottom of their card. Now there are 6 different types of dragons, and those 6 different types match the 6 different goods that are in the game. But each set of dragons for those goods all have the same fire ability. So let's look at Pan here. Pan, draw 1 dragon card from the face-up cards or from the top of the deck. If I fire Cutlet, I get to place another dragon in town. So let's say I use Cutlet's ability. If I decide to fire him, I can place brisket there and gain that reward. Now here's the other 4 over here. Herb, I could gift a good to another player and gain 2 reputation. If I fire Frostfire, I gain 3 different goods. Fire Thistle here, swap with the dragon in town and fire it. So if I did that, I could swap one of the dragons, and I don't have to pay attention to the icon. So it could be another type of dragon going there. Over here, Flint, gain 2 of 1 good from shop or dragon here. So now, once I've gathered, I place the dragon, and then I fired one of the dragons there, then the next thing I could do is activate the store's ability. Now, the starter stores don't have a activation ability, but later on in the game, when you reveal new stores, they have abilities. So like this one, Gnome Depot, gain 8 of 1 good type and gain 8 reputation. Pizza Coven, give any park dragon their matching good for 1 reputation each, and if all 5, gain 1 coin. Or Fogo de Char, I love this one. Place a dragon in Norn icons, gain listed rewards plus 2 coins. So if you look here, this is a wild symbol. So if anybody placed a dragon at this store, they would get 2 reputation. Now the way these other shops come out is if ever a shop, at the end of a turn, a shop is filled with dragons, then we will reveal a new store from the top of that store deck that we created. Now, that's the gather action. So if I wanted to enchant the store, and when I visited the store, instead of gathering, I choose to enchant. So now, let's say I choose to enchant, I will grab one of those face-up enchantment cards, creme brulee. So in order to, and I have to make sure I'm at the matching store. So I'm at that store. So in order to enchant this store, I need to turn in those goods right here to the supply, and that would get me 6 reputation on the reputation track. So once I turn those in, I would take this enchantment and slide it behind that shop. So now, when anybody visits this store, they getting 3 bread and 2 meat. Let's say later on in the game, somebody stopped there and they decided to enchant the store again. So they would have to turn in sets with this enchantment, and if they turn in 4 sets of the leaf and the diamond, then they will get 8 reputation. And then we would slide this. So each store can hold up to 3 enchantments. So we would slide that back there. So now, guess what? Now when somebody visits this store, they getting 4 bread and 2 meat. So I love the way the game is set up where it helps everybody out. You know, it's not like everybody benefits from everybody else's actions. So like I said, the fancy dragon cards will score you bonus points throughout the game as well as at the end of the game. There are 2 types of fancy dragons. You got your sun dragons and you got your moon dragons. The sun dragons will score you points throughout the game. And on your turn, you can reveal these cards in order to score those points. So this dragon, Frazzle, if any 2 shops have all 6 dragon types, you gain 6 reputation. Pocus here, each dragon you could fire this turn may gain 2 reputation instead. So this would work out good if you enchant in the shop and it has 3 dragons there. You got your moon dragons, they score you bonus points at the end of the game. So Shimmer gain 1 reputation for each starter shop without matching starter dragons. Or Shadow here, gain 1 reputation for every 2 dragons of that type in town. And if you got the most of those dragons in town at the end of the game, you get 3 plus 3 reputation. Another thing to keep in mind, which is shown on your player aid, at the end of your turn, like I said, you flip over any new shops if any of the stores in town are filled with dragons. But you can only have a maximum of 7 of each goods. You know, so you can have 6 meat or 6 metal. And your maximum hand size for dragons is 6. Once in-game has been triggered, then each player will get 1 final turn, including the person who triggered in-game. We will take our reputation on our reputation track. We will add any reputation points from any leftover coins, so each coin is worth 1 reputation. And then we would check our bonus cards and check for those and see if we achieve those bonus points. And then whoever has the most reputation after all that's done will be the winner of Flamecraft. So when I first saw this game on Kickstarter, I was immediately attracted to it because it had little dragons in it, you know. And I almost backed it. But I was like, will Alicia play this game with me? Because I know fantasy's not your big thing. I mean, I know you do Everdale and stuff like that, but this had dragons. So I didn't know how you felt about it. But I didn't back it, but I kept following it and paying attention to it. And then on my Facebook feed, you know, sometimes it shows where you could get a deluxe copy of a game or something. It just pops up. And so it was around this time this game was coming out, and people saw, you know, people were saying great things about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to go ahead and purchase this deluxe copy of Flamecraft. And I was hoping that you would play this game with me. You know, and I'm glad I went on ahead and got it. So let's start where we usually do.
Okay.
What did you think about the theme of this game initially?
All right. So initially, I wasn't enamored with the theme. Dragons are not my thing,
Yeah.
especially in fantasy. However, these aren't the menacing.
This ain't the Game of Thrones dragons.
Right.
This is more like How to Train Your Dragons dragons.
Right. These aren't the menacing, scary dragons.
Yeah.
These are, honestly, you could actually interchange them with fairies. But I think dragons have a little bit more personality.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah. So, once I got over well, to be honest, you just kept telling me, I really think you'll like this game. So,
I didn't sound like that.
Yeah, he did. But long story short, he begged so hard that I just felt sorry for him.
Wow. Wow, was I begging? Oh, no.
So I just went on and said, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I was really like, you're going to like this game. I can understand some of the other ones, but I said, you're going to like this one.
Yes.
Okay, so
I like it. I mean, the theme is cute. It actually reminds me of a small village.
Yeah.
In like medieval times.
Yeah.
Where you have all the artisans and stuff and all the shops. So actually, that appeals to me on a lot of levels.
Oh, shopping.
Whatever, that's not how I roll.
All right, so I love the theme of this game.
Yes.
I was really, but what really brought me in was, I know we usually talk about components, and we're going straight to art.
Okay.
The art of this game is beautiful.
It's delightful.
Yes.
It's charming.
Yes.
And it's playful.
Yes.
Yes.
That means beautiful. That means it's beautiful.
Yes.
It is really, really nice. It really brings you into the different shops.
Yes, it is. It's very... Yes, it is. It's very welcoming.
Yeah, it is a welcoming game,
Yes.
And so what did you think about the components?
Okay, so we already talked about the art, so the cards are very they're aesthetically appealing. But and I have my metal coins.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now, in the regular retail copy, they got the cardboard coins. So I knew that the fact that this has metal coins would really help to draw her in. That's why I went for the deluxe copy.
Yes, he got my metal coins for me. But the dragon icons, I'm sorry, they are too cute.
They are.
They are too cute. So I like the components. Oh, and that mat.
The town mat.
The town mat. Now that is beautiful. That provides a beautiful backdrop for the shop. So visually, the game is gorgeous.
Now that mat comes in the retail version.
Yes, that mat is gorgeous. Yes. So I like the art and I like the components. They are top notch.
Yeah, the game is just really, really nice. Well, let's go. All right. Because I could just gush over the components of this game. But let's go straight to mechanics.
All right.
What did you think about the mechanics?
Okay, so worker placement. Love worker placement. I love the mechanics. I love getting to go to the different shops.
Yeah.
So that's always, anytime you get to choose your actions, that's appealing. So getting to choose which shop you want to go to, getting to choose, getting to not only gather resources, but influence which resources were available in subsequent turns. That was appealing
Yeah,
too.
it's really, I like the fact that when you go to a shop and you do something, you're making it better for everybody else.
Well, yeah,
You know?
that's one of the things that I really liked about this game. It is genuinely a friendly competition.
Yeah.
It is competitive, but it's a friendly competition.
Yeah, it's not, you're not screwing somebody over.
Yes.
You know.
It really is no take that in this game.
No, it's not really take that. You know, it's just, you just trying to get the most reputation.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're helping everybody else.
Yes.
When you enchant a shop, then when everybody can go get more resources or goods rather, when you're putting dragons there, everybody can go fire that dragon, they get more goods, and I think that's what really like makes this game shine is it has a welcoming feel.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Okay, so I love worker placement. I love the resource management. I love the hand management.
I love all of those too. I love all of those too.
Right. What do you think about the teach?
So actually, I believe that this is a family weight game.
It is.
Because it's so cooperative, even though it's a competitive game, because of the theme and the components and just visually, I think that this will be an excellent entree into this hobby.
Yeah, but you know the cool thing about it though, and I'm gonna be honest. When I first played it, when I learned how to play it, I learned how to play two-handed, and
Yeah.
then we played it the first time.
Yes.
And I was thinking like, this game it seemed a little too easy, to what I'm used to. But then the next time we played, I thought we broke the game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Because there's the one of the starter shops that gives you metal. And so we had that shop filled with dragons that would give you metal. But then it was right next to Gnome Depot. And Gnome Depot was pay 8. I know in the video I say gain, but it's really pay 8 resources of one type to get 8 reputation. And so it was like we would visit that one shop and then go to next door, turn it in to get 8 reputation, then come all the way back around, So I was like, okay, I don't know. But then the next time we played, that's when it got complex. It is a strategy.
Well, I think the strategy comes in when you add the different shops.
The new shops.
And I can't think of
the fancy dragons.
The fancy dragons. Those two components add complexity. But I think if you wanted to make it more kid friendly, you could, tone down on some of those. It may not be in the rule book, but I think you could.
Right. Because it is really simple what you're doing. You go to any shop except the one you left, and you either gather or enchant, and that's it.
And one of the things that I like about this game that I think makes it contributes to is friendly competitiveness is in a lot of games that are fun, the more people that are playing, the scarcer the
resources
and the shop. So say like a game like Arnak, if you're playing with the max, then those spots you want to go to can become more premium and it's more competitive. But even if you're playing at the max in Flamecraft, it's just not stressful in that way. Yeah, you have to pay people resources to go to the shop, but you're not going to be stressed out if you wanted to go get bread and someone else is there like in some other game.
Yeah, if that's what you want, you're going to go get that bread.
Yeah. So I like that. It really is what I said before, cooperatively competitive.
Yeah, everybody benefits from the actions that you take in this game, and that's really cool.
Yes.
But you're still trying to win.
Yes. So,
But overall, what did you think of Flamecraft?
So overall, I really enjoyed it. Winner on his part. He was right. I liked it, and I like to give him his props when he gets it right.
Yeah, because it is tough.
And,
I try to find something, and
he really did beg.
I did not beg. I was not begging. Because I'll go play something else. But, I was just really stressing that you would like this game.
So,
and was I right?
Yes.
Okay, then.
So, I am going to steal a line from Dice Tower. I think Tom Vassell said, this is a game that really gets over on cuteness. I agree with your assessment, Tom.
Well, it does. it does. So anyway, that's what we think about Flamecraft. We really enjoyed this game. We played it 2-player, 4-player, and I've introduced it to people, and they done went and bought it, and I mean, it's just a really great introductory, friendly, beautiful game on the table. It has great table presence, and we like it.
Yes, we do.
So if you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe,
follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
This has been Blackboard Gaming.
We will see you next time.